Magandang hapon mga kababayan, kayo po ay nanonood ng Kababayan LA kung saan ngayong hapon makikilala po natin ang ilan sa ating mga magigiting at dakilang mga kababayan. If you are following me on Twitter, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Today on the show, we're going to meet the first and only Filipino player in NBA history. He's here. He's going to be joining us today on the show. Also, makikilala din po natin ang pangbato ng bansang Pilipinas sa CNN Heroes, si Efren Peña Florida. Narito na po siya sa Los Angeles para sa darating na Sabado kung saan magkakaroon ng awarding ceremony for CNN Hero at the Kodak Theater. Efren is also going to be joining us today on the show. And also, do you remember Phil, Australian rock star in excess finalist? He is now an international recording artist and he wants to give back. We're going to be talking to all of them today on the show. Pero bago ang lahat, umpisan po natin ang ating programa with our regular Kababayan Shoutout brought to us by our friends from Zoom.com. Marami na po ang nagpapadala ng pera sa Pilipinas dahil malapit na ring magpasko yung mga aginaldo nyo. Kung gusto nyo pong makarating ng safe sa Philippines, ipadala nyo po through Zoom.com, www.xoom.com. Happy birthday to Mrs. Jing Salandanan on November 16th. So this is a belated birthday. Happy birthday to Mrs. Jing Salandanan and Victoria Salandanan on November 17th naman. Thank you so much. This is coming from Richard Victoria Pietras. Marami pong salamat sa inyong pagpapadala ng Zoom shoutout, ng Kababayan Shoutout brought to us by friends from Zoom.com. Also, happy 80th birthday to the dad of our very own Pinoy Pride, Mig Ayesa, joining us right about now via satellite from New York. Hello, Mig. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Janelle. How you doing?
Mig, let's talk about when you were last here 2 years ago, then you moved to New York. What's been new with you?
Oh, gee, well, you know, I've been very busy. Surviving in New York is a battle in itself. You know, that's a full-time job. It's one of the greatest, most incredible cities in the world, and you know, we've lived here. We're loving it here. Just keep busy recording and writing and touring and gigging and. You know, it's just non-stop here, but, you know, surviving is a full-time battle here in New York.
And, you know, we're very proud of you, what you've accomplished so far. And what makes me more proud about you is you're one of those Filipino artists who have made it, and yet you still look back and you still want to give back. Tell us about your new project, United as One.
Well, this one was actually a project that sort of happened by accident. You know, of course, you know, the terrible floods in the Philippines due to Typhoon Ondoy at the end of September this year. I mean, it's caused such devastating damage to everywhere in the Philippines. And I saw these images on the news and the internet, and you know, as a person living so far away from the Philippines, if you feel powerless and totally, you know, incapable of doing anything, you think that will make a difference. Mm-hmm. And so I just started writing a song about this thing, and just wanted to let the Filipinos know that, you know, that people around the world are watching this and are caring about them and want them to know that they're not alone. So I sent this song just as a demo. I sent it to a friend of mine in the Philippines, producer, promoter extraordinaire, Freddie Santos, and with that, before I even knew about what was going on, he put a video to it with his people, and we put it on YouTube, and with that, you know, suddenly it's got like thousands and thousands of hits, and the momentum for this song started to take off.
Right.
And, you know, what started off as a demo has now ended up being something that I think, well, it's sort of a bit of a call to arms to Filipinos all around the world.
I know.
We can't forget what's happening, you know, what happened in the Philippines. And the strange thing is that, you know, when first the typhoons hit, you know, it's all over the news. But then that news slowly fades away. I mean, very quickly fades away to the point of that people forget that actually what help is needed is right now.
Do you have family in the? I know you have family in the Philippines, relatives there as well. Are they safe? Were they affected?
Well, everyone's affected. They were all affected. They had a couple of cars that slid down, you know, that floated away.
No.
Yeah, you know, but when you think about that, that's a small price to pay. You know, everyone's safe and their house is fine. It's
exactly.
Just, you know.
A lot of people died. A lot of people lost their homes and homes. You know, of course, now they're homeless. But Mig, what do you hope to achieve with this? And I know we can get more information on your website. But you know, are you asking for donations? Are you what do you hope to achieve?
Well, what I really want to achieve about this, I mean, the song is called United as One. What I wanted to do was basically give a call to everybody, all these Filipinos around the world, to let them know that maybe we should all get together and help the people in the Philippines rebuild the country, because what really is needed now is funds and help to actually rebuild the country, because you know what happened over at the end of September. I mean, it's only now that really we would kind of figure out what needs to be done.
Especially
there's a whole rebuilding, there's a whole re-education, there's a whole infrastructure about, for example, the drainage in these major cities of the Philippines that really need to be looked at and totally redesigned. And that's going to take a lot of money, take a lot of funds.
Yeah, especially with the upcoming holiday season. Christmas is always fun to celebrate in the Philippines. It's just in our culture, but now it looks like it's going to be bleak and not as happy. But thank you so much for people like you, Mig, that are doing their best to help in whatever way they can. And hopefully one of these days you visit us here in LA so we can hear you perform.
Well, I'd love that too. Well, you know what I would love to do is actually, get together with Filipino artists all around the world, and maybe we can put a benefit concert together and raise money and make a CD. Everyone can write a song and put the stuff on the CD, and we can sell it around the world. The more funds, the more people are involved in this thing, the better, because this is something that I think involves everybody and affects everybody.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I remember performing with you for the late victims for the landslides, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
I guess we both know who to talk to in terms of benefit and stuff like that at Benito of TDRZ.
Absolutely. Well, if you log on to my website, which is mig-music.com.
Yes, we do. We have been flashing that on the screen, www.mig-music.com. Thank you so much,
You're one step ahead of me, Janelle. Thank you so much. And listen, as Filipinos, we all got to stick together on this one. It's a very, very important cause.
More power to you, Mig, and we're very proud of you.
Thank you. Likewise, Janelle. Keep it up.
Magbabalik pa po ang Kababayan LA. Don't go away.